Okay, so now I'm sitting facing the car on the driver's side front. I'm going to flip the camera around. I'm going to show you what the front shocks look like. And I'd have never guessed that's how they were. So as you can see here, we got the wheel hub with the brake drum is all one piece, and that's all packed. Well, I cleaned it out. It was all packed with grease. That's where bearings are. There's bearings here, and all kinds of greasy, dirty parts there. But Nick and Jabe got the brake drums all off and helped get these all cleaned up for me. This is where the brake cylinder attaches on the front here, bolts in from the back. The brake line's then attached to it, and that pushes the brake shoes out against the drum that rotates around. So we're getting close to replacing or putting all new brake mechanicals in there. But what I wanted to show you was, grab my flashlight here so you can see. That right on top, that's the shocks. That's the front shocks, or the dampener, piston dampeners they call them. This is all covered in dirt, grease, and mess. So you can see that's just dirt in there. It's not really rust. It's covered in, black, whatever they sprayed underneath here at one time. And so that would all have to be cleaned off so I can get to all the nuts and bolts. But these two arms come out, one on each side. Then they connect to the steering knuckle. I guess that's what it is. And this is called a kingpin underneath here. It goes down behind. And that's what the steering swivels on, is the kingpin. That can all be replaced too. But this suspension has this piston dampener up on top, what we would consider the shocks. So as the wheel moves up and down, going down the road bumping, these arms move a shaft that goes between two pistons inside here, and that moves fluid from one side to the other, or from top to bottom, however it works, I don't know. But that's what keeps the suspension smooth and not riding solid or bouncing up and down, because down in here is the front springs, like you would see on a modern car. But when I first got this car and I crawled under, I didn't see any shocks. I thought, there's no shocks on the front of this thing. It would bounce all over the place. But then, as I did some research, this mechanism up here is the shock system, and that can all be taken apart and cleaned. But it affects the alignment if you take this apart. And I don't want to mess with all that. So I'm going to drive it the way it is, see how it feels. And if this all needs replaced or rebuilt, the fluids and the seals and everything can all be replaced in these and then put back together. And it could be done relatively cheap. But to buy a whole new unit, they sell these as a whole unit. They're $400 or $500 a piece. And I would have to do two on the front and then the two on the back that I showed you earlier. So I'd have close to $2,000 just in shocks if I want to replace all that. And comparatively, I could put an air ride system in this with airbags and nice air ride suspension that I could raise and lower just by adding or removing air in the airbags. I could do one of those for about $2,000 in parts anyway. I don't know what labor would be, but so we'll see how it runs as it is. If there's fluid in here and the shocks work, then I'm not going to replace them. But if I determine that this needs replaced or rebuilt or anything like that, then I may consider investing in an air ride system and start to upgrade the car. But then that would take away from the originality of it. It would start getting into custom vehicle, which I don't mind, but we'll see how it goes.